Okay, usually I start off with the story in my reviews, but because I want to make this video shorter because it's already long and I'm terrible at explaining stories, I'm not going to explain it. I'm just going to tell you if I liked it. I did like it. The end. There you go. I actually really liked the story. It wasn't fantastic at all. It was just like the original Tron. Yes, I've seen the original Tron and a couple days ago, and it's just like that. It's not great. It's not goofy like the original Tron. It's more serious than goofy, but it really is just okay. It's there to it's there to show off the special effects, and it does its job. So overall, I thought the story was good, just not great. So yeah, let's go on to the pros and cons, because I'm going to do pros and cons for this film and just give you a 0 to 10 rating at the end. So there you go. In an effort to make this video shorter. So yeah, there you go. Okay, now I'll just throw this out there. It's obvious that I'm going to say this. The visuals in Tron Legacy are amazing. That's all I gotta say. Everything in this movie, the way it looks, the way the grid looks, all the vehicles, the light cycles, the snail trail that the light cycle leaves behind, all that, everything, the cities that you go to, the places, the neon lighting, everything looks fantastic, and it looks just like how I would think a updated version of Tron, the Tron world would look like for the grid. It looks fantastic. The visuals are amazing. Some of the action scenes here and there are really cool. There's some light cycle chases. There's really just like one of each. There's one light cycle chase, which is awesome. There's one Tron disc battle where they're just throwing discs at each other, and that's pretty cool. And there's really just one flying scene, and that's really cool. And there's a little bit of here and there with some other action scenes, like spice things up. But overall, the action scenes are still really cool and pretty badass. So, and definitely with a fantastic score, soundtrack from Daft Punk to liven things up. That's actually two positives right there. An awesome soundtrack and some badass action scenes. So, there you go. There's two more positives to add to the positives. So, there you go. 3 altogether. Some of the characters are really good. I actually really like them, and they're kind of memorable, mostly because of the acting. The acting was really good. Olivia Wilde is probably the one that really surprised me the most. I thought she was going to be maybe a little boring or something. I like Olivia Wilde, but I don't know. I thought she would be misplaced in this movie. She was fun. She kind of brought the joyful side to the whole movie, and really she was just like there to be the, oh, she's kind of cute character. Oh, she does weird things. She has those big eyes and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, she was more of the joyful characters, and really we needed that because we needed a little bit more humor in this movie. Other characters like Michael Sheen's character Zeus, he's just crazy, and Michael Sheen's one of my favorite underrated actors anyway, so there you go. And of course, Kevin Flynn, Jeff Bridges, fantastic. Clue, Jeff Bridges, fantastic. Sam Flynn, Garrett Hedlund plays him. He's really good. I know he excelled in some of the action scenes, but if you've seen Death Sentence, you already know he can be badass because he was like 23 when he was in that movie, and he played someone that looked like he was in his 30s, so he was pretty badass in that. So overall, those are my pros. A lot of pros right there. Let's go on to the cons of the film, though. Oh, and sorry, I forgot to also mention Bruce Boxleitner, who is the original Tron in the original Tron movie. In this, he's kind of a small role, but he's really good. So overall, you know, it's cool to see him do more stuff that's not freaking B-movie crap like Transmorphers. So thank God he's in an actual big budget movie for once. So yeah, he's actually a pretty good actor. So, you know, cool. So let's go on to the cons. Alright, let me get the cons started by saying the obvious thing, the obvious special effect in this movie that was probably the biggest special effect disaster in the film. And that's not saying it's bad, it's just like, if you have to think of one special effect in this movie that's bad, it's this one. And of course it's Jeff Bridges' Clue special effect. And let me just say right here, it doesn't look that bad. It actually looks pretty decent in most of the film. And some of it does look kind of and sometimes it looks just, oh my god, that looks so fake. But I mean, when he's in the real world, it doesn't look that right, but when he's in the grid, it makes sense because he's a computer program and he looks more computerized. So overall, that's all I'm going to say about that. It's a little iffy sometimes, and sometimes it's pretty good, but overall, that's the only real big complaint I have with the special effects, and that's my first con. The movie is also a little bit too long, just a little bit. I think like 10 minutes could have been cut out of the movie and that would have been fine. It's like 2 hours and 5 minutes or something like that, but really like 10 minutes of maybe the dialogue could have been cut out, because really it also brings down the film when the dialogue comes in, because some of it's actually really boring. That's another mark against it. It's kind of boring sometimes, but not a lot of times. Most of the dialogue's pretty good. Like it's pretty good. It's easy to follow and it's kind of entertaining, but some of it's actually really really boring. So yeah. Two other things I didn't like in the film, it was that they didn't really explore the grid, the whole Tron universe, all that much. They really just went to different places in the Tron universe where, freaking some character was there, some character was there, so let's just go, woo, let's go there. Let's not show them traveling there, that would have been awesome. But no, let's just go over there. I didn't like that, I wanted to see more of the actual universe. Also, I didn't like the 3D. I mean, the 3D was okay, but I just thought it was going to be another Avatar where it was fantastic, transport you into this world. It didn't. It was the obvious 3D, like something like Entangled, where just stuff came out at you, and it was good, just not great. It was disappointing. So let's go on to the overall of the film, because really, this is becoming a really long review for me. So overall, I really like Tron Legacy. I don't understand what these critics are saying, like, oh, it's soulless and stuff and all that, the characters suck. I really like the characters. I didn't think it was soulless. There was a lot of emotional parts here and there. Definitely the ending, I don't want to spoil it, but it was pretty emotional at the ending, and I cried. No, I didn't, but I don't cry. Men don't cry. Okay? Well, some do. I don't. But anyway, yeah, overall, I thought the film was just really great. I didn't think it was, like, oh my god, amazing like I wish it was, but, I mean, the visuals were, but that's really it. Everything else was good besides the visuals. Those were fantastic. And so, yeah, if I had to give it a score, I would give it I'd give it an 8.6 out of 10. I really liked it. I probably given it higher than most critics, and reasonably so, because some critics out there are just fucking stupid. So, overall, there you go, there's my review. It was a little longer than most reviews. This one's like over 8 minutes, maybe 9. But, it's a big movie. It's Tron. Come on. I have to talk about it. So, anyway, there you go, there's my review. And, yeah, Tron Legacy, good movie, really good, actually great, just not as fantastic as I wish you were. So, there you go. There's my review, and goodbye.